Good morning, my beautiful lotus petals. Welcome to Uma's Morning Light, your daily dose of positive energy and metaphysical guidance to start your day. Hi guys, my name is Uma. I'm the CEO of the Lotus and the Light Metaphysical Center, author of The Awakened Life, and Amazon best-selling author of Chronicles of a Spirit Walker. Welcome to my online space. Wow, we are really winding down the days of season 1, you guys. As you guys may have noticed, those of you that follow me religiously, I have not been doing this morning podcast every morning because I'm getting ready to bring it down to a close to end the season 1. I'm still trying to debate if I should end season 1 at episode 40 or episode 44. So I haven't made up my mind yet, guys. I'll let you guys know as I journey on. But it's been really fun doing this show for the past few months. And thank you to those of you that reach out and let me know that this has been the show to start your day, to get you guys going. That's exactly who I do it for. I do it for you guys. So thank you for the feedback and for everybody who's been supporting the show. I really appreciate it. I hope to make season 2 even better. But enough about that stuff. Let's get into starting our day. All right. So we're going to start with our affirmation and then go into a mindfulness moment so we could really set our energy for this day and attract all the good things to us. So wherever you are, if you would just take a moment with me to close your eyes, focus on your breathing, and if you feel willing, to put your hand on your heart. I promise you guys, this is the last of my cold. Probably the last time you guys are going to hear me coughing through this broadcast. So, an affirmation is a present belief. We use affirmations to reprogram our subconscious mind to cultivate a more positive mindset. So if you will, please place your hands on your heart and repeat these words after me. I give myself permission to rest and receive. I give myself permission to rest and receive. I give myself permission to rest and receive. Deep breath in and exhale. Beautiful. So many of us are wired to do, to give, to push, to perform, that we actually feel guilty when we pause. We feel unworthy when we accept help, care, or even love. But here's the truth. Rest and receiving are not rewards. They are requirements. Because you, my dear lotus petal, are not meant to run on empty. You're not meant to carry it all alone. When you rest, you repair. When you receive, you refill. Giving yourself permission to rest is an act of trust. It says, I don't have to earn my worth. I am allowed to slow down. I am supported, seen, and unseen. And giving yourself permission to receive, now that is some soul healing stuff. It reminds you that you're not just here to give love, but you need love too. To be held, to be poured into. So today's affirmation, I give myself permission to rest and receive. Take the pressure off. Rest, receive, refill your cup. Not because you've done enough, but because you are enough. I'll tell you guys what, that is one of the hardest lessons I myself have had to learn, because I'm so used to go that I experienced this, right? If I wasn't working, I felt not enough, not good enough. I felt lazy. I felt inadequate. And then guess what I realized? Most of the guys I dated, right? Because the universe is always talking to you through your experiences. Most of the guys I dated were laid back, chill, easygoing guys. They had a job, they worked, but it wasn't that important to them. They went to work, made their money, and then came home and lived their life. And that used to bother me. That used to bother me so much, because I'm like, we always got to be hustling. We always got to be hustling. Come to find out, 47 years later, I'm the one that's in the wrong. No, we don't have to always keep hustling. You hustle so you can have a down moment. You hustle so you could have this is why I'm hustling, to rest and relax and receive. So I promise you, my summer, I am so excited for. I'm not going to be hustling all the time. I'm going to be resting more. And I'm allowing the other people in my household to handle some stuff. I got a son that drives everywhere and makes the runs to the grocery stores as need be, or take people here and there as need be. I have another son who cooks. I have a man who holds down the rest of the stuff that I don't want to do, he do, you know? But it took me a long time to get here where I could just let go of control, and let other people do things for me. Anybody else feel like that? Like that's a struggle for them too? So this summer, I'm doing it. I'm dressing back. I'm letting other people take control and do things. And, you know, I'm learning to receive. Belinda says yes. Yeah. So let's do it together this summer, Belinda. Let other people take control of stuff. And we just learn to calm down. Also, too, I learned, thank you, Monica. She said she loved that for me. But I'll tell you, too, the reason why I'm on this real, you know, okay, Tara said she has a hard time with that. I want to do it all. Same, but guess what, Tara? You're going to make yourself sick. You're going to make yourself sick. I developed an autoimmune disorder, and I already know. The doctors didn't need to tell me. I already knew. Autoimmune disorder means you have inflammation in your body. You have inflammation in your body because the number one cause of inflammation in the body is stress. And that is classic in single moms, is stress. Because everything falls on you. You got to take care of all the bills. You got to take care of the house. You got to take care of the children. You got to make sure everything is running as it should be all the time. And after you put your body through that for 20 years, for me it was 20 years, your body is just eating itself away. You understand? So this is a pivotal time for me because I'm excited to go back to taking care of Uma. Because Uma wasn't taking care of Uma for the past 20 years, raising my kids. And that's understandable, right? That's just the way it is. All moms do it. But now that my boys are grown and they can take care of themselves, and I got a man who not only takes care of himself, but he takes care of me, it's like, okay, I can have all this energy now to heal. And I hope a lot of you ladies are listening to me and you start to create ways, you understand? You start to create ways to get people to do more in your life and you can relax more. So that is our affirmation for today. Princess, thank you. Let's go into our daily energy reading. Now that we've set our affirmation for the day, let's see what the day brings with our daily energy reading. This message is for the collective community, but if you would like a personal message onto how is this day going to go for you, subscribe to my TikTok channel, UmaB111, because as soon as I finish this broadcast, I am on TikTok and my subscribers get a daily message. To subscribe, when you come into my stream, at the top you'll see a gold star. You just click the gold star and pick the subscription level that you want to subscribe at. The basic level is whenever you see me on over the next 30 days of your subscription, you will get a morning reading to start your day and unlimited yes/no spirit guided messages for your questions. If you pick the second level of subscription, you also get weekly and monthly readings included as well. All right? So today for the collective message and for my subscribers, we are going with the Goddess Guidance deck. The Goddess Guidance deck. And the message comes from the goddess. I don't know. I don't want to mess up her name. But her name is Una. She's a Celtic goddess, Una. And her clan were some of the original inhabitants of Ireland. When the Gaels invaded their land, the Tuathas didn't run or fight back. They transformed themselves into leprechauns. This ingenious solution allowed them to stay in Ireland in peace. So call upon Una for help with your own transitions, and she'll guide you in creative and magical ways. So the message of Una, we got a flash goal on TikTok. 3 gifters to send the heart puff to your live in 15 minutes. Let's see if we hit that goal. All right. The message of Una today, everyone, is easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. Nurturing a cause or a relationship is a long-term commitment and one that cannot be rushed. This level of devotion comes from a place of deep loving and concern. I care what happens to my planet and to my loved ones so much that I'm willing to stick with them through thick and thin. This isn't always easy, but to me, it's the only way to ensure that matters are resolved and healed. I listen to the passionate stirrings of my heart. I reach out and take action to let my loved ones know that I deeply care about them. I take action to spur on my pet causes. Never mind what other people think. You will benefit by carrying through with your priorities. You'll feel so good about yourself if you make time for the relationships and projects that truly count in your heart. Do what is important to you and do it with absolute devotion. But remember that there is no competition for your true life's purpose. So there's no need to worry, hurry, or feel that you have to force things to happen. So this is a message telling you guys, don't worry about your purpose or your goals. Make no sudden moves. Slow and steady progress is best right now. Recently, it's funny because recently I've been having an uptick in my clients looking to book me for a soul plan reading. You know, where I do like the astrology and numerology of their birthday. and let them know, like, why are they here? What are they trying to create? All that kind of stuff, you know? And what's been interesting about that is that a lot of people are waking up to the realization, like, I got to do something. I can't just sit back here and keep wasting my life. So usually when they come to me, they want to take all my classes. They want to, do all the things. But I tell them, I was like, let's just start with a soul plan first. Let's see what you're here for, because it makes no sense, right? It makes no sense for you to invest all this energy, all this time, and you don't get anything back. So a soul plan reading is for having the framework before you put the house up. And I feel like in life, a lot of people don't do that. They don't have the framework before they put a house up. They're just out here doing a bunch of different things, and none of it makes sense. I just can't move like that. I'm a Capricorn, y'all, so I cannot move like that. All right, that is your message for today from the goddess Una. Easy does it. There's no rush. Have a plan. Create with purpose before you mindlessly run here, there, and everywhere. All right, now that we've gotten our message of the day, let's look at what the planets and numbers have in store for us today. Today is Thursday, May 29th, 2025, and the number of today is 7. So 7 is associated with introspection and reflection. Today's a good day to look inward, to contemplate your life's direction, engage in practices that connect you to your inner self, meditation, journaling, and using your logic and reasoning to solve problems and make decisions. For astrology, we have the Sun conjuncts Mercury in Gemini, which enhances communication, curiosity, and mental well-being. It encourages you to express your ideas clearly and engage in meaningful conversations. It's a great time for learning, networking, and sharing knowledge. We also have the moon transiting through Cancer, so you might be feeling a little emotional today, or you might have a very strong laser focus on your home and family. You can feel more nurturing and protective, seeking comfort in familiar surroundings. So today's a good day for self-care and connecting with your loved ones. I have a one-sentence focus for each horoscope today. Are we ready? Let's begin with Aries. Aries, today embrace creativity and let your mind wander to spark innovative ideas. That's your one-sentence focus for today, Aries. Taurus, use your current resources to initiate the changes you want in your life. Gemini, remember that changing your mind is a natural part of growth and self-discovery. Cancer, set clear boundaries to protect your emotional well-being. Leo, plan ahead despite uncertainties to maintain a sense of control. Virgo, share your ambitions with others to gain support and new perspectives. Libra, seek new intellectual challenges to stimulate your mind. Scorpio, don't hesitate to ask direct questions to uncover your truth. Sagittarius, value differing viewpoints to broaden your understanding. Capricorn, Simple solutions may resolve complex problems. Stay open to them. Aquarius, express yourself authentically to connect with others today. And Pisces, reflect on past disappointments to gain new understanding today. That is the horoscopes for today. All right, my dears, now that we've learned about the astrological influences of the day, it's time for your self-care tip of the day. Today's tip is to write down a limiting belief and burn it safely, of course. There's something deeply healing about taking the thoughts that hold you back, the old stories like, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, I don't deserve love, and getting them out of your head and onto paper. Trust me on this, guys. Because once it's on the page, it's no longer running on repeat in the background of your mind. And when you burn it, you're not just destroying the paper. You're symbolically releasing the grip that belief has had on you. Remember, I do a lot of mindset reset work at my studio, and I can't begin to tell you how healing this process is. It's a sacred act of surrender, a ritual that says, I'm done carrying this. I'm ready to make space for something new. And it works, not because fire is magical, but because you are. You're choosing to reclaim your power and rewrite your story. So today, try it. Write down one belief that has been limiting you. Burn it safely outside in a fire-safe bowl or over a sink. As the smoke rises, imagine that belief leaving your energy field. You'll feel lighter, freer, more you, because you were never meant to live in a cage of doubt. You were meant to rise. That is your self-care tip of the day. All right, to those of you that are watching me live on TikTok, put your questions in the comments. I'm going to pick one of you to answer a question live on the air right now. This is an idea I've been toying with to include in my morning podcast to, just try something different. So let's see the questions, or if anything, I can scroll up and see some of the past questions and pick one to answer on live. All right, let's go with this one. This is from J Barris 479. J Barris 479, will I find true love this year after narcissist abuse? That's a great question. First of all, let's take away the timing, because the question is, will I find true love this year? Let's take away the timing, because the timing only depends on you and how much work you're willing to put in. Now, someone going through narcissistic abuse, let's think about that, right? If you were dating a true narcissist, then they break you down by having you question yourself. They have you question your self-worth, your confidence in yourself, your trust and belief in you being the good person that you are, and making you second guess all of that. So will you find true love any year, right? It's not just this year, Jay Barris. You will find true love when you learn to love yourself. And that is the work you have to do. Whether you do it with somebody like me, a soul alignment coach, or you do it by yourself, or you do it with some other professional, the work that is entailed for you is getting yourself to trust yourself again. Because that person has completely demolished your image. So what I would tell you, if I was your coach and I was working with you, I would tell you, don't date. Don't date right now because you need to focus on finding the love for yourself again because you got a whole bunch of mixed emotions going on there. You got a whole bunch of mixed emotions. One, you believe this person, and this person has told you terrible things about yourself. And then two, you are ashamed of yourself for dating someone like that. So you're judging yourself in addition to receiving the judgments of the other person. Yeah, you know? They said, you're absolutely correct. I'm working on me and loving myself. I'm not at all. Yeah, yeah. Take the time, and this is where people fail in relationships. When you get out of a relationship, most people are quick to want to jump right back in, either with the ex or with somebody new, because people don't like being alone. But the best relationships on this planet exist between two people who are confident and secure within themselves. If you are confident and secure within yourself, you don't need you don't need validation from somebody else. Oh, they said thank you so much. Great advice. I'm crying. No problem. I'm glad that you stopped by here today and I was able to use your story, your question to bring it to the collective. Work on yourself. Find the love for yourself. When you get to that point, Jay Barris, where you don't even think about a relationship, let me tell you all something. I come on here every day and I tell you guys about my life. I've been in over 30 relationships. A lot of you be like, damn, that's a lot of relationships. I have never had to worry about being in a relationship because every time I'm single, some new guy comes along and attracts to me and want to put me in a relationship. I've never had to worry. In 47 years of life, I've never sat here and had the worrying thought, will I ever find love? Never had to worry. But I'll tell you why. Because whenever I'm single, the first thing I do is I grieve. So y'all gonna see if Uma's gonna be out here a crying mess, crying about it, talking about it. That's who I am, right? I'm gonna grieve because I know to myself when I finally finish my grieving process, that person will mean nothing to me anymore. A lot of y'all don't allow yourselves to grieve. See, she said he's the second guy I've been with and I'm 56. You got to get out here and date, honey. That's what you got to do. Got to get out here and date. Because that's why it hurts so much for a lot of y'all because you don't have a lot of experience. I'm 47 and I've been in over 30 relationships. And the reason why that number is so high is because I don't mind getting into a relationship with a guy. If you're cute, you're attractive, you treat me right, I'm getting into a relationship with you. But that don't necessarily mean that you can keep me. You understand? I have very high values and very high standards. I don't care. I don't care. I have high standards. If you're going to date me, you got to be at my level. That's just what it is. So I will get into a lot of relationships, but while I'm in that relationship, if you're not treating me right, you're not doing me right, you're not respecting me right, I gotta go. I gotta go. Or you might have to go because I'm gonna talk about it so much. I'm gonna raise holy hell in here that you're gonna have to go because you can't take my mouth anymore. You gotta go. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And to get to that level, you got to love yourself on that level. I love myself so much because I know my whole story and I know what I've been through and I know what I had to go through to get here. So there's nobody who could love Uma more than Uma loves herself. And that's why the people that do love me so hard. Because you teach people how to treat you. You understand, Jay Barris? So take the rest of the year off. Focus on finding that love for yourself, that love and appreciation for yourself. And when you reach that place where you're like, people would be so lucky to date me. When you reach that place of, see, she said a lot of childhood trauma. And that's why you got to work with somebody. Of course, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring, right, guys? I'm going to be like, work with me. Spend the next 3 to 6 months working with me. We'll sort all of that. Because I have a 1-month program, 3-month program, 6-month program. I always tell people, if you got stuff, let's work it out. And I feel very confident I could work it out because a lot of the work that I do is mindset reset. I get you to revisit those painful things that are still so painful to you. And I just have this magical way of having you look at it in a different perspective, shifting the vibration to the point where it don't even bother you anymore. So do your work, all right, love? All right. I think I'm going to like this, adding this section in at the end. So for those of you that are on TikTok, remember, right? At the end, we're going to pick one question and we'll discuss it for everybody, for the collective. So we give advice to you and we give advice to everybody. All right, my dears, that is all for now. Please remember, my beautiful lotus petals, that each and every day you are the lotus flower rising through the mud to share your beauty with the world. May peace, love, and light guide you today and every day. Namaste. I'll see you guys tomorrow.